Let's say that I was starting from scratch. I had no audience and I had zero money for ads. I had no single form of leverage that I could use in order to hit my first $10,000 month with my marketing agency or even for a high ticket consulting offer in the next 60 days. Guys, listen, what I'm about to show you in this video is literally the exact same thing that I would do if I was needing to yes, my family would die if I didn't hit 10K month in the next 60 days, okay? And the reason why I know that this works is, first of all, because I've done this myself. And most importantly, we've had dozens and dozens and dozens of clients who have actually got these results, okay? As a matter of fact, if you go to my funnel with the link in the description, you're going to find 40 plus pages of client results. And in full transparency, I'm not afraid to give everything away in this video. And the reason why is because since we run a licensing company, the process that I'm about to show you right now is going to be leveraging outbound prospecting, meaning that you don't have to invest any sort of capital in order to make this work. And this is only one of the 20 plus systems that we install. So guys, listen, I promise you that if you do apply this, you're going to actually get customers and you're going to hit that first 10K month, okay? But before we dive into the video and before I show you the exact step-by-step process, guys, the one thing that I need you to understand is that this process sucks really bad, okay? And as a matter of fact, I generally believe that running a marketing agency or some sort of done-for-you service or some sort of high-ticket information business like consulting or coaching, as long as you actually do the thing that you're selling, is one of the best ways in which you can achieve financial, location, and time freedom by far, okay? Especially because you don't need that many customers to actually make a profit. You can live at your own terms, whatever it might be. But guys, I want you to know something. These business models are still businesses, okay? And I know that that sounds super stupid, but people are just looking for the easy solutions. They're just looking to the work whenever they feel like, instead of actually just putting the reps and putting the work that needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. And this process, even if it's super effective and it's going to 100% guarantee work for you, it's going to suck. You're going to suffer. You're going to hate me. You're going to second guess your decision of actually putting the work, but that's part of the process and that's part of the game. And if at any given time you feel like giving up, I'm just going to let you guys know what you're giving up is just a future of the future version of you who could have otherwise make this process work and be thankful of you actually. I mean, I don't know how old you might be on the other side of the screen, but the 20-year-old version of you that did the work, the 25-year-old version of you that did the work, the 35 or the 30-year-old version of you that actually did the work, that's the person that you are needing to help right now. And that you need to always, whenever you feel like giving up, think about so that you go the extra mile, okay? So without further ado, let's just hop to the computer and let's get started right away with this video because we don't have no time to lose, okay? The first thing that I would say is that you can get access to this roadmap by joining my free Facebook group with the link in the description. This process that I'm going to be using in here, I know that it works because as a matter of fact, if you take a look at what we do for clients, this is just the last video in the second module of my program, where I teach my clients, now that they're clear on their niche, their offer, their foundational selling content, and their sales letters, and essentially all of the assets that they're going to leverage to get clients, how to think about outbound prospecting and client acquisition, okay? For the sake of this video, I'm just going to assume that you're clear on your niche, you're clear on the outcome that your offer solves, okay? Or that your offer provides, aka what you sell. So guys, the first thing that would need to be done, I always recommend that you build some sort of micro VSL or some sort of foundational sales letter or some long form assets that you are going to leverage for the sake of your client acquisition. And of course, in this specific example, is going to be for outbound prospecting. But the good thing about writing a foundational sales letter or having YouTube micro VSLs that are going to be specifically made for the offer pillars of your offer that are going to essentially communicate the value of your offer and the outcomes of working with you, you want to leverage this in your client acquisition systems. It doesn't really matter which system and what specific vehicle you're going to use. But the point I'm trying to make, or the process that I'm interested in showing to you guys, is that you want to, again, create some sort of long-form assets. If you want to know what I mean, just go to my videos here on my channel where I talk about YouTube micro VSLs, or search for a video that I named how to use organic content to get clients, okay, something like that, where I talk about how we leverage foundational sales letters in our sales process, okay? But just for the sake of this example, you should have some sort of assets that you're going to leverage in your growth campaigns. And growth campaigns, just for you guys to have an idea what it means for the sake of this video, is going to be specifically the outbound prospecting campaigns. So just as a general guideline, don't take this as proper formal advice from me, but if you're working e-commerce, do cold email and cold DMs. If you're doing local businesses, do cold calls and cold DMs. And if you're doing something like services, etc., I would do cold emails and cold DMs, okay? That's essentially like the run rate on how we go around it. Now that you have your foundational micro VSLs or some sort of long form assets, you're going to start running your growth campaigns. And what we're going to do at every stage of the way is essentially just answer the question on, did we get the outcome that the next logical step requires, okay? So we start to run growth campaigns, and this is for the sake of booking sales calls, right? So look at what's going to happen. Did you book meetings? Because if the answer to this is no, what you want to ask yourself is, are you hitting KPIs? If you are not hitting KPIs, here's where you're going to essentially know what to do every single day. That means hit KPIs. Now you're wondering, okay, what KPIs should I hit? Okay, if you're leveraging cold DMs, I would say no less than 150 cold DMs per day, minimum at a 10% plus positive reply rate, okay? 10% positive reply rate means that out of 150 DMs that you send every single day, you're going to get 15 positive replies of people raising their hand saying that they're interested in whatever you said in the initial DM. That initial DM can be a direct sales pitch. It could also be a lead magnet. It could also be a partnership. It could be whatever it might be, some sneaky way for people to reply. And then those people who reply positively, you add them to the CRM and you work those leads every single day and follow up with those. Plus, start a new 150 cold DMs. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're doing cold calls, I would say no less than 100 cold calls every single day. You want to aim for at least 20% pickup rate, so that out of 100, you actually have 20 engaged conversations, out of which you book at least between 2 to 4 sales calls out of the 20 active combos that you have. Okay? For cold emails, I would say do no less than 150, especially because most of them can be really, really automated. And you want to aim for at least, worst case scenario, a 3% positive reply rate. Okay, meaning that for those 150, you're going to have at least, in worst case scenario, between approximately 5 positive replies. Okay, and of course, if you are an absolute savage, do everything every single day. Okay, I know that you're going to be strapped on time, etc. That's why we actually have a team of prospecting BAs that can do the 150 cold outbound DMs that we do for clients. That's also why we white label our system, so that you can actually hit KPIs on all of this to guarantee that the actual volume is being hit every single day, okay? Because if you're not getting results from your cold outreach right now, it's not that cold outreach doesn't work, it's simply that you're not good enough. That's simply put what happens, okay? So if you didn't hit KPIs, hit prospecting KPIs, and then keep running the growth campaigns. Now, ask yourself the question, did you book meetings? No? Okay. Did you hit KPIs? Yes? Then, very simple. Change the angles or the prospecting SOPs. Super, super simple, okay? Here's the process essentially, okay? If you do hit the KPIs, then change the angles and the prospecting SOPs so that you can actually test different variations, hit prospecting KPIs, keep hitting them, and then keep running the growth campaigns, okay? Eventually, you're going to get to a point where it's going to be inevitable that you actually get replies, that you actually hit KPIs, meaning that you actually book meetings, okay? So once you finish booking meetings, here's what you're going to do next. As you book meetings, the next question becomes, okay, did you close deals? Because in case that you didn't, here's what you're going to do, guys. Did you do your market research effectively? Because even if market research sucks and is hard, and most people just want to make money and they skip the actual important stuff, which is actually building a business that solves real problems, you want to be honest with yourself, okay? Don't make it hard to yourself in case that you didn't do the market research. Just do it again and make sure that you follow the process. And of course, just for you guys to have an idea, with clients, we have just like 4 hours worth of material for them to do competitive analysis, all of that good jazz. But essentially, of course, I don't have time in this video to walk you through everything. If you didn't do your market research properly, of course, for my clients, what they do is that they watch, again, the first module and follow the instructions. If they did follow the process and they didn't close deals, then what they need to do is optimize the sales process, like follow up more, make sure that their prospects watch more content prior to the call, and honestly, the hard pill to swallow, get better at sales. There's no other point. Like if you're actually booking meetings and people are attending the meetings and you're not closing deals and you're selling something that you aren't sure that these people want, you simply need to be a better salesman and understand persuasion a little bit better and understand objection handling a little bit better. That's essentially the process that you're going to follow, okay? Super, super simple. As you start to book meetings and as you start to take sales calls, what you're going to do is that you're going to always be collecting the feedback from your prospects to add more new insights to the foundational sales letter. It's an evergreen feedback loop that you're going to essentially for the rest of eternity going to be updating based on the actual sales calls in the actual new events that happen in the world in regards to your niche, and that your foundational sales letter is going to naturally reflect in terms of what you do for your niche, how your niche is going to value the results of your work, and everything is going to be essentially made up for you to actually get clients, okay? By this point, we're going to already be booking meetings, we're going to be closing deals. Now, the next question becomes, are we delivering results to our clients? Because assuming that we're not, and this is really important, assuming that we're not, the answer is going to depend if you're running an agency or some sort of education/consulting company, okay? If you run an agency, what you gotta do is improve your overall skill set and overall product, okay? Because the good thing about running done-for-you services is that, generally speaking, what you do to get customers yourself is what you do to your clients, okay? So, I mean, not 100% of the time that's the case. I know, I'm fully aware of that for sure, but The point is that as you start to get better at getting clients for yourself, you start to get better at getting clients for your clients. Okay, so if you're doing some sort of Facebook ads lead generation service, make sure that you actually start managing the CRM a little bit better for your clients, that you have a better weekly checking structure for KPI tracking for your marketing agency clients, whatever it might be. Of course, it's going to be highly dependent on what you're selling. And if you're running on a coaching business or consulting, simply improve the product and the support that you give or the deliverables that are included in your offer so that people actually get the outcome, okay? If 1 month after campaigns are launched, you're struggling with this, I would highly encourage you to use the prospects that you got from your prospect interviews and work for free or do free work. Remember that the hypothetical case that we're working on right now entails that you don't have money, that you have case studies, you have nothing that you can leverage to get customers, okay? So if 1 or 2 months go by and you don't get customers, or you get customers but you don't deliver results, so you lose all of your customers, do free work and improve your sales skills in the meantime, okay? This is only to get a case study and for you to practice skills and overall product ideation, and this will make the process 10x easier and you'll have more confidence, because if you are able to deliver results, even if it's for free, the next client that you actually get paid for, you're going to deliver results to them because you already did the work, and you're going to have more confidence selling the client. So if you're really struggling with this, just do the hard work, suck it for 1 month, and then make sure that everything is way easier afterwards. But the problem that most people do is that they go 6 months or 1 year without signing clients because they just go for the most arterial niches without knowing how to deliver, and they don't know anything without any proof that their stuff works, okay? Again, that's in the case that you don't deliver results. If you do deliver the results, what you are going to do is record a case study, because this is going to be your most powerful form of marketing anyways. And here's what you're going to do. Once you have 2 or 3 case studies and you are semi-proficient at sales, aka you're closing at least 20% of the prospect you talk with, you can just go over to the paid ads model and start scaling, okay? And for you people watching the YouTube video or the podcast, and in case you're listening just to the podcast, publish the recorded case study as a YouTube video and distribute it across social media. Start running paid ads, because now you're able to have proof of concept and people are going to essentially, everybody that gets to 7 figures, pretty much they do it using paid ads. So there's a reason why. If you're selling a B2B offer, go and check out my Facebook group funnels and my auto-converting funnel using DM ads. Or if you're selling a B2C offer, go and check my videos on audience building ads and how to sell from personal profiles using paid ads, okay? So once you record a case study, you're going to update the foundational sales letter and niche down based on your case study, okay? Super, super simple, guys. And the reason why is because maybe when you got started, you had a little bit of a broader niche, okay? Let's say that, for example, you were targeting fitness coaches in general. But then as you start to book meetings, you started to close deals, you started getting results, you recorded case studies, you started to notice like your best clients are people who, let's say, are men fitness coaches who help other people gain muscle, specifically that smaller segment inside of fitness coaches. And then that's how you're going to be able to have an evergreen flywheel machine where you can update this sales letter that makes all of this process much, much easier from here. Okay, guys? So essentially, this is the roadmap that I would take if I needed 100% guaranteed to get my first 10K month in the next 60 days. Apply this, and I promise you that it's going to work. I promise you that you actually follow this to the bone. Because what happens most of the time, just so you guys know, is that people say, oh yeah, that's a process that I can definitely stick with. Oh yeah, I can do 150 DMs per day. Oh yeah, I can do 100 cold calls every day. But then, individually speaking, on every single day of the week, people just feel tired, or they feel bored, or they simply don't do the work. Because right now, you might feel motivated and you're like, dude, like I will 100% do the work. But it's in the individual days during the work day when you're doing this work that you go like, no, maybe I should just go and record more YouTube videos. Oh no, maybe I should do a blog. Oh no, maybe I should do I should change my logo. Oh no, I should change the headline of my landing page, whatever it might be, instead of doing the work. So what I would recommend is that you follow these instructions, and before you do anything in your day, except for the cold calls, of course, do the cold DMs and the cold emails, and this process is going to work. And the reason why we're doing it like this is so that once we have cash in the bank, we can start using leverage, aka paid ads, and a little bit more of the right content to keep growing our company in a little bit more of an automated fashion. Does that make sense? So guys, I hope that this video was helpful. If you want to license some of our client acquisition systems and want our help one-on-one to manage them, go ahead to the link in the description to see how that would look like. Thank you very much for your time, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye.